What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy. Okay, I had someone ask me, how do you keep all this Lego clean? Well, there's 3 ways that I do it. There may be other ways that you can do it. One of the ways I don't use, I'll tell you right off the bat, is to use a Swiffer. It's just too bulky and clunky, and you can't get like in between there. Now, it's great to just do the road. That works, but when you have a lot of intricate little spaces that you have to get to, a Swiffer doesn't work. Will it work on just some basic stuff like the Batman tumbler dust collector? Yes, it will. Somewhat. But when you get over to other sets, namely like the trees, that gets really hard. And there is no good way to do that without tearing up your trees. But to do just like sets like this, or maybe those, maybe even some of the space stuff, without taking the set apart to wash it in the sink or bathtub, there's 3 ways that I use. And I'm going to show you right now. We're going to come over here. I've got my ring light set up. I got my truck. And we've got a Lego set. Look at the dust on that. Found these. Had some dust on them. And I know it's hard to see the dust. There you can. Okay, let's do a mark. There. Now we've got dust. And yeah, that's nasty. This truck, which has other pieces to it, has been in our living room or in our kitchen on display. My wife does Christmas display, and then you can make it for a fall display because you get pumpkins and stuff like that, like a harvest. So, and then we just put all the stuff in the trunk and it's there for summer. So this has been there for a year. I've not dusted this in 1 year in a heavy traffic area. We have ceiling fans. We don't have any animals upstairs, so that is a plus. But with the traffic, people in and out, ceiling fans going, which stirs up the dust. This is one of the dustiest sets, probably, and it was hard to find a dusty set. So my Lego room, I don't have a lot of movement. I'm usually the only one in here, or my son is, for maybe a half hour. Don't have a ceiling fan, which really cuts down on it, but let's get into it. Okay, the tried and true way is just the cheap paintbrush. And you just have to move the stuff off, but you'll notice, yeah, it doesn't do, see that really rough spot right there? Let's try to do that. Yeah, so you can see there's a little, it's a little darker here than it is here, but you're not going to get it all. But you do need a brush just to get some of those spots to kind of do small things. The bad thing is, when you start going like this, you can see the dust fly off of it. So that's not the greatest, but it works. So if that's what you have, that's what you have. Second way is a vacuum. And I'm starting to see all these generic vacuum, little handheld vacuums pop up that says you can clean your Lego bricks. And these are great for Lego collections. Well, this is my little one. Briggy? I don't know. I got it on Amazon. It's a little handheld vac, USB chargeable, comes in a little pouch, and you got 3 attachments with it. This is the second best way. This isn't the best way to clean. Let me keep that, or let me make that clear. You got to have this little brush, like the horsehair or whatever this is. That helps with it. And I got this one. You can see it'll just undo. There's your cartridge to clean it, your filter. Turn it on, and the good thing with this, the other little vacuums that you see, I think this was like 37 bucks. I got it a year ago, so it's a little pricey for what it is. It's small. You don't have that like trigger blow dryer looking hand vac because it gets really bulky and clunky, and you can't get down like you saw in my buildings. If you have a modular setup and you have a block, behind the modulars, you have an alleyway. You can't really get all the way down in there and do the ground. So this helps make it smaller to get you closer, But two features on this, it has two features. It sucks and blows. Oh, that was bad. That was a stupid joke. Anyway, you can put this on one way, and all you do is turn it on. It's not super loud, so that's gonna blow dust. So if you get down in there, you can blow your dust off. You can see it. It's got a little power. It's not huge. It's enough to move the bag. You just hold it down. So that's the outtake, but the intake sucks, just like a regular vacuum, and you can get it with the brush. So let's try that. But it's not going to get it all. You can go side to side. This will get a lot of it, and it does clean it pretty good. I'm going to do half this hood. I'll show you. It's more or less just getting the dust and putting it on the tips of the bristles. So, yeah, you can see now the tips of the bristles are dirty. But let's look at the truck. The clean side on this side, the non-clean side. There you go. You get the glare a little bit better there to see. It does a really good job. You got 90% of it. So if you want that, it's on Amazon. Here's the box. I don't do any affiliate things. I'm too small of a channel, really. It doesn't matter. Here it is. The other vacuums, they're too big. I'll show you what I mean. You can move. So, yeah, right here, you have this alleyway. And let me try to show you what I mean. So it's going to be really hard to get down in here with another kind of hand vac and get all this individual stuff. So see, now you're stuck there, but you can imagine with a bigger one how much more of a problem that's going to be. So that's why I got this one, because it is smaller. The cartridges are smaller. I don't need a huge vacuum. I'm not going to vacuum but probably once a year, a lot of it. And yeah, that's about what I do, is once a year on this stuff. But I'll show you the be-all, end-all thing that beats a vacuum. And it's cheaper than the vacuum by 7 times. No, it's not the brush. That'd be 37 times cheaper for the dollar brush. It is this stuff I got on Amazon. And it's a universal dust cleaner, but it's sold in the office department. You can do your vents, AC, and it's really made for that, for your keyboards. It's like a gel, and it's got a little bit of adhesiveness. So there's what the inside looks like. The thing is, you get if I have another one. These I think are $6 a piece or $5.99 here in the US. I bought a 2-pack, and I've dusted this whole Lego room once and several things twice, and you can see I'm still probably halfway full with this thing. Is it a little bit more intensive on time? Maybe, than a vacuum, but do you get way more dust? Yes. So it's a give and take, and you don't need to use the whole thing. You just don't pull out the whole thing. You can see what it looks like. There's the whole thing, but you just pull off a piece. And if you played with it as a kid, I mean, it's just like a gack or whatever the stuff was. You can knead it and play with it just like a kid. Now, here's the thing. I'll leave this alone. That'll go back to that same shape. We'll leave it and see if it changes. But the best way to do this, these are ideal. You just put it on there and you start rubbing it over it. And it's going to get 99% of all of the dust. And you'll know it's picking it up because if you keep doing this, like say you do a few modular buildings or several, if you have a bunch of Batmobile dust collector sets with the black, yeah, it'll pick it all up. You'll never get anything cleaner without other than taking it apart and putting it in the bathtub or sink. This will be the best way to do that, to avoid that. And yeah, see, almost all of it's gone. Now, I know what you're asking. Does it leave a film or a sticky residue on this? No, it doesn't. Is it going to change the colors of any Lego? No, it does not. Is there any way, if I sold this, is there anything that's going to be damaged from using this? No. That's the best part. There is no difference. Now I'm going to try to move this up here and come down with it. And all you do is just start rolling it on there. And you can see instantly how clean it gets. Get up here first, go over what I missed. And if you keep doing this, this is going to change a color. You can kind of see that color change right there because it's picking up the dust. So it's got to go somewhere, so it goes in it. And a piece like this, you could probably do, like I just showed you my shelves, I could probably get half, if not almost all of my shelving done with just this one little piece. And you saw, I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 regular size shelves. One thing is going to do most all of that before it gets too dirty that you just need to throw it out. It'll get a little stickier as you go, which is fine. Because, I mean, you'll know that it's about done. It's not going to pick up as much stuff. But getting in these little places, like right here, getting around that's hard to do with a brush. It's hard to do. Yeah, let me grab the brush off the vacuum here. It doesn't want to come off. So trying to get areas like that, it's hard. Like in there. But doing these intricate places, this is great. You can just put as little force on it as you want, just as long as you cover the area. And you can see there's a stickiness to it. But you just, I mean, it's fine. $6. This is the way to clean your Lego. This is a way nobody else really uses, or at least the big channels, the guys with 40, 50, 100, 2, 3, 500 500,000 subscribers, million subscribers. They don't, for some reason, the ones I watch, the dozen or so different ones, they don't mention this. They all want to use the vacuum, the one they got free, or they use the brush because it's cheap, but it doesn't get it all. But this is the way to go. I'll put it back here so you guys can, yeah. Again, that's the name of it. You don't have to use this brand. I'm sure there's 300 other brands out there to use. Just use this type of stuff if you want to have clean Lego. And like getting in here, how are you supposed to get in here with a vacuum? How are you supposed to get in there with a brush where all you're going to do is stir it up? Yeah, I can get way down in there. And you just sit it down in there. You can reach in and get that steering wheel. I missed the steering wheel where the horn was. And see, it just pops off. It's not, you can kind of see it starting to get a little darker. I'll show you a difference here in just a second. Let me get the bumper. Another spot, hard spot to get. Up in here, behind there. It's just sucking it up, just picks it up. Now, we've got a little color on it. Okay, I wish I had more Lego sets that were dirty, but when I start using it, I'll do a whole shelf with like this much of it, which you probably have 40 times this in this tub that you get. I want to show you the difference that you'll notice now. So, yeah, let's see, it's starting to get that shape back. It filled in. There's a little bit of a difference. It's hard to say. You can stick it back in here. Yeah, you can see the difference in color a little bit. If I leave this will just bleed in and just kind of absorb itself like the blob back into itself. Like, see, it's already trying to do it. I'll use this, and you just throw this away when you're done. That's it. And that's why this tub is 40% full now, going through it. Use this, guys. Don't use the brush. If you don't have a vacuum, use this and the brush, or go get yourself a vacuum. Is this a paid ad? No. This is what works. I had a couple people ask me about it. What you use to clean your Lego. I use this. That's all there is. Hopefully this helps you guys, because it helped me a lot when I bought it. I've given it to a couple friends. They're like, how do you clean like the Coliseum? Trying to get in between the rows of all the seating that are not really totally complete and more of a ruins, or a set that has trees. I've got this little tree here. Now, you can go over it. You're going to have to be very careful, but you can do it. You're probably going to end up popping pieces off, but you're going to do that no matter what, whether you're using a brush, a vacuum, or this is going to get more of it. Because honestly, let's say trees are probably the single hardest thing to clean, because there's no good way to clean them without being, I mean, you're super delicate and they still just won't get clean. But this is going to get it the cleanest. Leaves no residue. I feel like an infomercial, I really do. But yeah, I can leave it there and nothing's going to happen. If I leave it there for an hour, 2 hours, nothing's going to happen. It's not like there's going to be a circle stain where it sucked up the color. The biggest problem with this set is half the red's dark red's not the same dark red. So the set's got its own problems. It's not from the stuff. Anyway, hopefully this helps you guys. Again, that's the vacuum I use. Use whatever one you want. As long as it's got, you have to have the little brush. Doesn't matter which vacuum you use. Just be sure you have a brush, because that's what's going to move the stuff and suck it up. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. I found a place that I can try to get some more dust off. Look at that. That's amazing. It just takes it up.